Most of us are familiar with the tried and tested recipe for producing an enduro weapon. You take a motocross bike, play with its engine mapping, add some softer suspension and some brakes and lights. Well, forget spongy, heavy dynamics with the 2021 Yamaha WR450F. More than ever, this feels and rides like a motocross machine. Let's take a closer look. The WR450F has had a significant revamp for 2021, using technology forged in the heat of MX competition in the form of its Yamaha YZ450F sibling. Priced at $15,949 right away, the WR is said to offer sharper handling, more power and improved feeling and feedback. The WR's development included extensive input from a team of racers, including Kiwi legend Josh Coppens, so you know it means business. The physical changes start with a new aluminium bilateral frame with thinner main spars and a thicker bottom tube. There's also new KYB speed-sensitive forks up front, as well as lighter, more powerful brakes. Now in Australia, you can have your WR with this standard off-road kit, which brings a swag of goodies that both novice and experienced riders alike will appreciate on the trail. The WR's engine has also had a going over, with a lighter, more compact cylinder head, new intake and exhaust ports, new compression ratio and a tougher 5-speed gearbox. You can now change engine mapping on the go via a switch on the handlebars using Yamaha's Power Tuner app. While I'm here, speaking of ergonomics, the bars themselves are now 15mm further forward and 5mm lower in a bid to get the rider's weight over the front to improve steering and grip. The upshot of those changes, the WR450F is a weapon. Pin sharp on single trails, slower obstacles and open fire trails alike. There's ample power down and grip, loads of front end feeling and feedback and an inherent sure-footedness that really does increase rider confidence. The engine is key to the WR's usability. It isn't as explosive as some other offerings, but instead uses its clever mass centralisation to offer responsive power and torque in the low to mid range. As a result, there are rarely any big tail-wagging moments, and the WR is always quick to recollect itself through fast changes in direction. Even when the power is a bit too much for tight single trails, simply engage the softer mapping and you're away. Although the WR's KYB forks are undoubtedly firm, the initial compliance is still friendly enough over hill climbs, log obstacles and in soft sand. The real benefit really comes to fruition in faster sections of trail, where the bike's damping is incredibly well controlled and predictable. With so much of the WR based on the YZ450F, there are no huge surprises that it rides and handles a lot like a motocross machine on the trails. You might have seen today I didn't mind throwing the odd wheelie on it, and that's because it does feel balanced. It's really easy to meter and gauge where the power is at as well, so you can get up nice and balanced on those stand-up wheelies. Over 400 kilometres worth of testing, the WR feels well put together and stands up to plenty of abuse. The high-set airbox and toolless air filter removal is quite effective, even if the induction sound can take some getting used to. More than ever, the WR450F feels like a bike that is geared towards experienced to advanced trail riders. Now that's not to say that novice and intermediate riders like myself can't have a lot of fun on it on the trail. You definitely can, but all the extra feeling and feedback through the forks, the stiffer setup of the bike means that you do feel everything telegraphed through all the key controls. That for me meant a little bit more arm pump than say something from Austria like a KTM, but I reckon with more and more time on this bike you're going to gel with it even more, and as I've found, I've really come to like the WR450F for 2021. All in all, we reckon this new direction is a positive one for Yamaha's enduro weapon. Our complaints really only extend to a couple of minor gripes. Yamaha missed a golden opportunity to do something more special with the compact information display, which is a bit limited with its readouts and bland in its presentation. Also, given the price, it seems a bit crazy to still be using a cable clutch. But with that said, there weren't any complaints about the lightness, sticking point and action of the WR's clutch against a hydraulic unit. The sales success of the Yamaha WR450F in recent years has been huge, and I can't see any reason why the latest 2021 model won't continue that legacy. It's a really accomplished machine out on the trails. Aesthetically, it looks fantastic, and I really do think it would perform quite admirably on a motocross track. And there's not too many enduro bikes you can say that about.